Hey.
All right, guys. Yes, I'm late.
Hello?
I forgot
Okay.
I'm still the host. I thought I transferred it to
All
Devin.
right. Y'all running late today, huh?
Yes. I was in there with Doug. All right. Looks like we got everybody going. Devin, I'm going to go ahead and start the recording, and let's get going because we're behind. Okay. Devin, point your camera down a little bit, and you are muted.
Okay, I don't think I can point my camera down.
We got you from the nose up.
Oh no. Okay, is that better?
Still the same. There you go. Oh, you had it and it went away.
This webcam, it won't.
There you go.
It won't stay there though. It'll.
Here,
just.
let me.
Spot on.
All right. So are we ready?
Good to go.
All right. So this tech day will be about the recent Apple event and the release of iOS 14. So since we're a little bit late, we can go ahead and get started. Right. So the Time Flies event was basically focused on the Apple Watch and iPad. 2 new iPads were released and 2 new Apple Watches were released. So Apple released the Apple Watch Series 6 with blood oxygenation, let's see, a blood oxygen saturation sensor, a new processor, basically a smaller version of their latest iPad processor, which is really cool because they basically packed in an iPad processor, in the Apple Watch. It's just more tuned to the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch SE is like the Apple Watch Series 5, just that it has, let's see, except it doesn't have the ECG sensor. Now the SE is, the Watch SE is just like the iPhone SE. It's cheaper. It's like $279. Going down from $399 or whatever for the Series 6. Now they're starting something new here with the SE and the Series 6 watches that is speculated to continue with the iPhones. Is that is no power breaks will be delivered with the watches. That you'll still have the power cable, which you can plug into any Android or Apple or whatever block, but the power brick just won't be there. But y'all probably have plenty of power bricks. The little USB on one end and the AC adapter on the other to plug stuff in. There are new watch bands. The Solo Loop is a stretchy version of the silicone band. So basically, just pull the watch on and off instead of having to buckle it up or whatever. The braided variant is made out of yarn instead of just silicone. The Series 6 watch starts at $399,
Hey, Josh.
and
What's your Gmail?
the SE starts at $279 or whatever. And the Series 3 is still available, still being made, and it starts at $199. So if somebody wants a new watch or whatever, an Apple Watch to track exercising or exercising, and health-related stuff, or if you just want the notifications, the texts, the calls right on your wrist, you can get that very cheaply. The iPad, the regular iPad and the iPad Air were updated. The regular iPad is still $329, so $329. So it was updated from the A10, which is like the iPhone 7 or something like that, to the A11, which is like the XR, the 10R or the 10S processor-wise. The iPad Air was updated to the new A14. That's the processor, which is not even released on the iPhone yet. It now has stereo speakers, a full screen, no home button, with the Touch ID on the power button now, and that's actually been rumored to be how the iPhone 12 will be, with the Touch ID and Face ID both being on the phone at the same time, which is really good for when you're wearing a mask and you can't unlock it with your face. So they've swapped out the Lightning port, which is on the iPhone, to the USB-C port, which is on everything else. So that helps with accessories and new stuff that comes out or whatever. And they now have 2 new services. Apple One combines all the rings, the services, into one service that rules them all. So the individual service plan is for $14 per month. You can get Apple Music, Apple News, Apple Arcade, and Apple TV Plus, and how many were there? 50 gigs of 50 gigs of iCloud storage, and that's for basically $15. The family plan is $19, so $20 basically, and 200 gigabytes of iCloud storage. And the Premier is 1 terabyte of iCloud storage plus Apple Fitness Plus, which I'll talk about later, and that's at $30. Apple Fitness Plus is a service for the Apple Watch. Basically, it's guided workouts, and if you get it just alone, it's like $10 per month. But you get professional trainers, you get whatever workout you want, choose your music type, all that. And there's also family mode. This is good for kids or older adults who may not be able to use tech very well. This is like really elderly people and children. So basically, a parent buys an Apple Watch, they pair it with their iPhone, but it gets its own number, and you can basically track the person on the Apple Watch and control what they can do on the watch. iOS 14, there's a few cool new features. You can add widgets to your phone, which are basically like updating live information, like the weather or your battery status or whatever. And other apps will have support for that. The app library, which is I like it. It's really cool. Like it has a listing of every app that's on your phone, grouped by category. So that's good for the next feature, which is hide unused pages. So basically, you can, if you don't use apps on a certain page, you can hide that page. And so basically, if you wanted to, if you have only a few apps that you really use, you can put them all on page 1 and hide the rest of the pages. And you can still get to the rest of the apps through App Library. Translate. Apple now has their own Translate app, which translates from a few languages. You can even speak to it and have it translate your speech and speak with your Siri voice. You can also translate Safari pages. App clips, they may be useful in the future. Basically, you touch your phone to an NFC tag, and you get an app, a little tiny app. That's good for like paying for coffee. If you don't have the Starbucks app, it'll basically download the Starbucks app clip, and you can still pay for your coffee. Sleep mode replaces bedtime mode, and basically that's where you can wind down for bed, and it tracks your sleep a little bit, and it gives you a good morning, with the weather and battery status and all that when you wake up. You can now choose in iOS 14. You can choose your default web browser and email client. Like if you like Outlook and Microsoft Edge rather than Mail and Safari, you can now have those as your default, which means when you click on a link, it'll open in Edge rather than Safari or whatever you choose. Accessibility features. VoiceOver gets better image, text, and description, and it can describe screens, which basically means apps that it doesn't read right now. So you can turn on screen recognition, and it will try its best to describe whatever app you're in if it's not accessible. Things like games, it'll try to describe those. Of course, if it's very visual, you won't be able to use it. But if it's text based or whatever, that works for it really well. For Braille users, you can automatically have the phone automatically scroll the Braille, so you don't have to, for much easier reading. For hearing accessibility, you've got sound recognition, which is basically where the device will try to recognize sounds like babies crying or somebody knocking on a door or whatever. Headphone accommodations allow you to turn up quieter noises to make it easier to hear if you have slight or moderate hearing loss. Of course, that requires AirPods or Beats headphones. If FaceTime detects you're using sign language, it'll make your picture in FaceTime bigger so that people can see what you're saying. With touch, you can turn on the feature where if you tap the back of your phone twice or 3 times, it'll do things like open the notification center or take you to the home screen. And for people who have iPhones where you have to use gestures to do all that, that could be a little bit easier. All right, and resources. Apple Viz has plenty of resources. They have plenty of blog posts and plenty of podcasts detailing the new features and what's going on. And their forums can be a good resource as well. So all that is in the presentation that I sent y'all last week. So if y'all want to check out those links, or you can do that, or if you just want to go to applevis, applevis.com, that's good too. So, any questions?
How much is the new iPad Air that came
That
out?
is $579, I believe.
$579. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And the regular iPad is $329. So that's that's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I'm kind of market of getting a new iPad because I cracked my screen. Cracked my screen, so I need to get a new iPad. So, thank you.
Oh, right. You're welcome. Anybody else? Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. All righty. So, oh my. Sorry, Tyler. Wow, he caught me right at the end of the meeting. But basically, I just went over the presentation that I shared with everybody last week. So, yeah, if you have any questions, just email me or whatever. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's week, and we will see, well, we'll probably see some of y'all, well, we'll see a few people who might watch the video, this coming week, but we'll see y'all next week on the meetings.
All right. See you, Devin.
All right. Have a good
All
one.
righty, Dannon and Tyler.
See ya.
All righty, Chris.
Y'all have a good afternoon.
All right.
Y'all have a blessed afternoon.
All right. You too, Mary.
I can sleep on. It was
Oh.
a digital one.
Oh, cute. Okay.